Hey there, Andrew here with another tutorial for Hosanna City Church. On this one, we're still on events, and we're going to look at some of the event extras in detail. Um, since the first tutorial video, I've added a few extras for events that are applying to the whole church in all locations, but might not happen at the campus. Maybe they happen at a third venue that people from both campus will be going to. And so I've adjusted a little bit of the filters to be able to show those kinds of things. And so in the first tutorial, we went through adding the tutorial test event and got it to show on the front end. In this one, we're going to scroll down to event extras, and we're going to go through each one of these. The first things that we're going to do is we're going to show the display event address. And so if this is for all locations, but maybe it doesn't happen at the Cathedral City location or the Yucca Valley location independently of each other. Maybe you guys are meeting, I don't know, for an outreach, and it's close enough to where both campuses are involved in this outreach at such and such place. Currently, the place is my house. And so we're just going to click that filter, display event address, and we're going to update it. And then we're going to come over here and update the post. And you can see now it has the start date and time, it has the location, and it has directions to the location, and then it has details about the event. Next, we're going to go back and check off of that, and we're going to say happens after each service. And we're going to click update. And then we're going to refresh. And that doesn't change the location. What it does change is the happens after each service. If we want this to show the location, what we need to do is click happens at each campus. So if you don't click display event address, you need to make sure you're clicking happens at each campus. Otherwise, it's going to look like this, and there's going to be a block with the location missing there. And so let's update that again and refresh this. And now you can see that it's Monday, September 23rd. It happens after each service. This event occurs after each service across every location. And location happening at each Hosanna City Church location. And the button, the Find Your Location button, should take them to the locations page, and they can find whichever location they're looking for. So that's something to remember for these extras, is that you either need to have display event address clicked or happens at each campus clicked. Next is hide all times. And the hide all times doesn't really apply to the after service. So this is another one where if you have hide all times selected, you need to have this time of happens after each service unselected. And this is great. This is great for things like camps, where you just need to display a date range, like Monday, September 23rd through September 22nd or September 27th, where you don't really need on this page at least, you don't need the times. So September 23rd at 8 o'clock to September 27th at 7 p.m. People don't need that when they're registering for a camp, you know? Next is the show end date and show end time. So maybe you have something specific that you want to show the end time and end date for. And so if I refresh this, it will bring up the start date, September 23rd, ends Monday, September 23rd, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and that shows it all. And that is the event extras right here. And remember, you can have display event address or happens at each campus selected. And if you have happens after each service, you can't have hide all time selected, or it'll hide that as well. It's one of those things that you need to have either or on those.